Welcome, beautiful souls, to Sheikh Hamdan's official channel, where love, destiny, and royal mystery intertwine like verses of a timeless poem. Tonight, we open the gates to a story whispered across oceans and written in the language of longing. This isn't just about royalty, it's about patience, devotion, and the kind of love that outlives separation. The question echoing through hearts across the world remains: did Sheikh Hamdan's girlfriend wait for his return? Prepare yourself, for this story is not about time, it's about eternity. When Sheikh Hamdan left, the world assumed she would move on. The cameras stopped following her, the news forgot her name, but her heart did not forget him. While he vanished into the rhythm of royal duty and silent expectations, she remained, a silhouette of love standing firm against the winds of uncertainty. She didn't chase fame or fortune. She waited, quietly, faithfully, believing that one day, the man who once promised forever with his eyes would return, even if his words could not. There's something hauntingly beautiful about waiting for someone who might never return. Each sunrise reminded her of his warmth, each sunset carried a piece of her hope. She never asked for updates or explanations. She understood that some loves must hide in the shadows before they can step into the light again. And so, she waited. Not with desperation, but with peace, a rare kind of peace born from knowing that what they shared was real, even if the world could never understand it. Meanwhile, Sheikh Hamdan's life unfolded under the public gaze, yet his heart remained elsewhere. Between royal duties, global travels, and endless expectations, he often found himself glancing at moments that reminded him of her. A fragrance, a song, a verse he once wrote for her. These fragments followed him like whispers from another life. He may have been surrounded by luxury and power, but none of it replaced the simplicity of her presence, the comfort of her laughter, or the truth of her silence. The palace was never short of admiration or affection, yet none of it touched the part of his heart she once owned. His poetry became his only escape, a secret window where he could breathe her name without being heard. In his verses, he didn't write about royalty or victory. He wrote about patience, loyalty, and a woman who waited by the heart, not by the clock. He once wrote, "The desert forgets no footprints, and neither do I." Those words carried her name between the lines. Time passed, and the world changed, but her devotion did not. Friends urged her to move on, to let go of a dream wrapped in uncertainty. But she smiled softly and said, "You don't let go of what you never lost." To her, love wasn't about possession, it was about connection. Whether near or far, his soul remained tethered to hers, and that invisible thread of fate never broke, no matter how far destiny stretched it. She found strength in faith, not in outcome. At times, the loneliness became unbearable, but even in her weakest hours, she never cursed the waiting. Instead, she turned her pain into prayer, her tears into poetry, and her longing into light. She believed that if love was pure, it would always find its way home. Each year that passed without his return didn't erase her faith, it deepened it. Because when love is built on truth, it doesn't need to be seen to be real. Rumors began to swirl, of new faces in his life, of engagements whispered in the shadows of the palace, but she never let doubt poison her heart. She knew that silence does not always mean absence, and distance does not always mean detachment. Somewhere beneath the layers of duty and destiny, she believed his heart still remembered her, still whispered her name in the stillness of night. She didn't wait for a prince. She waited for the man who once saw her soul. Behind closed doors, Sheikh Hamdan's nights were not as peaceful as the world imagined. There were moments when his heart battled his mind, moments when he questioned whether he had done the right thing by letting her go. The weight of the crown is heavy, but the weight of love denied is heavier. In those quiet hours, when the world was asleep, He found himself reaching for memories he could not touch anymore. Her laughter still echoed through his dreams like an unending melody. Then came the day when fate crossed their paths again, not through grandeur or royalty.
To love like Fazza is to reign without a throne, to speak without fear, to feel without armor. His story is not just a tale of royalty, it's a lesson for the world, that greatness begins when one dares to live poetically in a world too afraid of emotion. He was, and remains, the king who loved like a poet, whose crown was invisible, but whose heart ruled everything it touched. Some nights, when the world sleeps, his thoughts drift like desert winds across time. He reflects on love, destiny, and the fleeting nature of existence. The moon becomes his confidant, a celestial witness to his introspection. It watches him wrestle with questions that few dare to ask: what it means to love selflessly, to lead humbly, and to remain pure in a world that tempts the soul to harden. And each time, he rises stronger, gentler, more illuminated from within. In the grand silence of the night, the whispers of the moon echo through his being, soft, eternal, and full of grace. Sheikh Hamdan stands beneath that silver glow, not as a ruler or a poet, but as a soul in conversation with infinity. The moon knows his heart by now. It has seen his strength in stillness, his tears in triumph, his poetry in prayer. Together, they compose a melody the world may never fully hear, but those who listen closely will always feel it, glowing quietly between the lines of his life, where emotion becomes eternity. And so, the whispers of the moon continue, quiet, eternal, and deeply intertwined with the soul of Sheikh Hamdan. Each night it looks down upon him, and perhaps it smiles, for it has found in him a reflection of its own nature, radiant yet reserved, powerful yet peaceful. In the rhythm of his heart, the world finds not just a poet or a prince, but a reminder that true greatness begins where emotion meets eternity. Those who truly see him know that his power does not come from his throne, but from his heart, a heart that beats for his people as much as it aches for his own truth. Between duty and desire, Fazza walks a sacred path few can understand, a journey of endless balance, where love is strength, silence is speech, and service becomes the highest form of poetry. The years between them melted away, and the world around them vanished. They didn't need words, eyes spoke what hearts had kept silent for too long. After that moment, neither of them spoke publicly about what happened. But something changed within him. His tone softened, his poetry deepened, and his gaze carried warmth it hadn't held in years. Some say she still lives quietly, away